It's your man Jay Graves Report, and welcome to the newest installment of The Truth is in the Details. Now, for all you cats that don't know, every day I write the hot joint on TheJayGravesReport.com. So on Monday or Tuesday morning, I wrote the hot joint about Steve Spurrier walking out on his team. Now, on Monday night, this done went and told his team he was retiring. In the middle of the season, 6 games into the season, he retired. The next morning, every media outlet in America is praising this cat for the work that he's done over the years. Yeah, I realize that Steve Spurrier was 228, 89, and 5. He was the winningest coach in South Carolina history, the winningest coach in Florida Gator history. He won a national championship at Florida and 6 SEC championships. Over the last 3 years in a row, that done was won 11 straight ball games, finishing 3 top 10 finishes. And then in 2014, he went dub. He went 7-6. We get it. But the old boy was saying that he might retire. He thought about retiring last year at the end of the season. He's 70 years old. That makes sense. Make all the sense in the world. But then you decide to continue to coach because you want to prove to boys that you can keep coaching. Because boys was talking about his age. He got offended. Didn't like it. So he comes back for the 2015 season. But then it goes dub. He's starting off. He's 2-4. 0-4 in the SEC. Now it's 0-4 in the SEC. He want to quit. Because that's what he did, bruh. I mean, you can call it what you want. This done jumped out the boat. He looked in the doggone building. There was one life jacket left. One life jacket out there, and that done put it on and bounced. Because if he were winning, what Steve Spurrier had left. I mean, think about this, bruh. What he just did on some real talk. Let's keep it real or all the way 100, whichever comes first. Steve Spurrier is no different than the cat on the Titanic that said, women and children only. Pulled out the gun, started shooting at boys, and then jumped on the boat. Because he knew he could get out. He could get out, and everybody else still hanging on to the end of the bow, drowning in this piece. They 0-4, and he run out on them. Now, it's a way to do things, bruh. Like the old timers always say, it's always a way to do things. All he had to do was continue to coach the rest of the season, be the figurehead like most old coaches do, like Bobby Bowden did in the last few years of his career. Joe Paterno did it for about 20 years. All you got to do is relinquish the authority to your coaching staff. Tell these boys, hey, look here, man, this is getting to a point where I can't handle it no more. They not listening to me, but I can't walk out on these players. I got 100+ players on my roster. I sat down in most of these cats' living room, promised Big Mama and Aunt Mimi and everybody else that I'm going to coach these kids. And then all of a sudden, you just can't run out on them because you losing. Because if you were winning, would you run out on them? That's what he did. And none of these dumb media outlets, none of these fake media type want to admit that this done walked out on his team. And then he comes in 24 hours later and says, well, I'm not retiring, I'm just resigning. Well, in the world I live in, Playboy, when you walk into a man's office and say you resigning, that means you quit. So everybody trying to act like Steve Spurrier ain't done for quitting on his boys, including his players and everybody else involved, that done quit. So we need to understand that, put it on the table. He was the cat that woke up in the middle of the night, smelled the smoke, heard the smoke alarm, jumped out the window, and left everybody else in the house burning. That was Steve Spurrier, dog. Because you supposed to go down. If the ship is going down, you got to go down with them. Now, you can retire at the end of the season and give it up, but he comes back 24 hours later and tell a boy that don't say that I'm retiring because you never know what's going to happen in the future. You never know what. Yeah, look, I'm quoting right now. He says, first of all, I'm not resigning, I'm retiring. I'm resigning, not retiring. I doubt if I'll be a head coach again, but I never say I'm retired completely. Who knows what will come in the future? That means you just didn't want to coach these boys because you were losing. That's duh. It's your man Jay Graves Report from TheJayGravesReport.com, or you can hit me up on Twitter at JayGravesReport so you can holler at your boy.